Hey, that's actually gonna work probably. As long as the fan noise isn't so bad. So, I'm gonna clean a carburetor. Doo 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 doo. Uh oh. Mm-hmm. Cleany McClean clean. Just a few for reference. I don't know how anybody can bring themselves to sell a used carburetor. I know I'm talking to myself right now, but how does someone sell a carburetor that is this filthy? Marty, how you doing? Now, Marty, I can trust you. Can you hear the fans in the background? Do I need to kill them? Or can I leave them? Because the only thing that's making this bearable right now, actually, it's like 90 something degrees with high humidity. And I'm fat. James, I love you for loving me. Can you guys hear the fans? Are they annoying? How's the quality? Let me know. Give me some feedback so that I can comfortably clean this very expensive used carburetor. The fan is fine. Well, as long as the fans ain't annoying, I can kill at least one of them. Speaking of hookers and blow, I'm going to grab something. I'll be right back. Do you guys see what's in these boxes? You're going to find out because they're for hookers and blow. We just got them in the mail from my brother. Now I got to put these back. Ugh. Give you some Jezebel. Man, she is currently sitting in the lean-to of shame beside the garage. And that's actually part of what these Ultra XP Hollies might be for. Just got to clean them. I killed one of the fans. I can live with just one. Gary, I wouldn't trust any used carburetor no matter what. I don't care if I heard it on a running engine or not. I'm going to take it apart and blow through it regardless, because I don't trust anybody else's work or anybody else's word for that matter. So no matter what, these bad boys are going to get rebuilt. Hey Frank, how you doing, brother? Oh, I got one fan running, so don't worry about it. As long as, I didn't want to, this one fan was like super close. Hey King Eric, how are you doing? The greatest of all. I had both fans running. I killed one just because it was like really close. And William Sanders, how you doing, brother? I need my trash can. I was being like a real man today, and I was wearing jeans. And I went inside to get tea earlier, and I was like, oh, hell no. I put my shorts on, so we're just going to not show that half of my body. Well, Marty, you have a good night, man. Or a good work night, I guess. Howdy, David Bites. How you doing, man? Ooh, Iowa. I bet you it's just as hot in Iowa as it is here in Kansas. In fact, I'm taking my socks and shoes off because every part of me is sweating profusely. Wow, that feels weird. I've never had my shoes off inside of the garage. It's weird. Oh, it's weird. Scott, I appreciate you for liking the videos. I appreciate every single guy who sits down and watches the videos. It means a lot to me. How's that old Charger doing? Alfredo says. Alfredo. Well, Jezebel's still broke, and Dad's car is still doing good. Mainly waiting on Buddy promised to help me do the 4-speed in Jezebel, And I didn't know that his promising to help me was going to be like August, September time. So we're waiting on that. And I saw a guy from Nova Scotia. Oh, that's where you're from, Scott. That's freaking cool. Gary, you enjoy that air conditioning while I sweat. Any Bradley GTs for sale? Actually, yeah. Let's see. Found a pic of my first Duster, my Dart. Cut the fenders for L60s. Ooh, yeah. Big tires. Big tires are always better. I need another clean rag here. You guys ever curious how to clean carburetors that you don't want to, hurt the finish on? Baby wipes. I mean, if you're just doing like cosmetic cleaning, which is what I'm doing, because these carburetors are filthy. How's the Javelin? It is still sitting in the back, needing a clutch, but it still runs and drives great. It's covered up. Love from New Mexico. Irwin. Well, thank you. New Mexico. Wow, I bet you it's hot there too today. The one nice thing about the guys out west is you guys typically don't deal with the humidity we deal with. But I know I've said stuff like that before and it's bitten me, so I don't know. You guys out west get a lot of humidity? I mean, I know like guys in California don't typically get humidity, but I know like that's what we're fighting right now. Like 90 degrees, 98 degrees, not so bad. It's the humidity that kill you. How many cars do I currently have? Well, cars that I currently have here that are not mine in total, there is the 06 Magnum, my daily drive, Dad's 06 Dodge, the 58 Chevy of my uncle's, that's 3. There's Jezebel, Dad's Charger, the Javelin, the Yard Dart, the Duster, the 49 GMC, the Jet Boat, my 2 Moto Guzzi's, and Dad's Honda Shadow, so that would be about 13 vehicles. Yeah, the humidity is what kills you. The dry heat, obviously no heat is good for you, but when you put heat with humidity, and then you put it with being fat, oh God. What's funny is it doesn't matter how much you work out in this heat, you're never going to get thin. Hello from Saskatchewan, Canada. I always love saying Saskatchewan. Hotter than hell here too. I'm welding today. Ooh, bad day to be welding, man. Oh, I would not want to be welding today. That would be miserable. Oh, the satellite. So 14. I always forget about my satellite because it sits. I knew I was going to forget something. Heat wave, 115 degrees. Holy crap. I am good. I don't need that kind of heat. How close am I to Sabetha? That sounds really familiar, but I don't think it's that close. I'd have to hop on the old Google. I can't hop on the Google right now, because I'm out here and I'd be afraid to do anything with my phone because I'd probably kill the live stream. I figure, I'm out here chilling out, hanging out, cleaning this carburetor up, and I would just go live, I guess. Let's see. Can we even see what we're doing? So yeah, we're just cleaning this thing, cleaning all the orifices. I have had 0 speeding tickets. I've only ever had 1 ticket in my life, and it was for doing a burnout in my satellite while in a funeral procession for my old Mopar mentor, John Wise. And that's where that clip of the satellite doing the burnout in the cemetery comes from, that was his funeral. And, well, I'd already gotten a ticket, and I said, screw it, and to honor my fallen mentor, did a burnout in his honor because I know it's what he would have wanted because he was just that kind of dude. And actually, that ticket actually got thrown out in court. It was kind of funny. Pretty sure that officer got really laid into because old John Wise meant a lot to this town. He's one of the founding members of our big car show, the Over the Road Gang, Old Maris River Run, which is supposed to be like the largest car show in the Midwest. It's like 2,500 cars every year gather here in Ottawa, Kansas. I don't know if I would ever, say it is the biggest, because there's obviously a lot of big car shows. But I take great pride in not being a hooligan and not getting speeding tickets and always behaving. I mean, when you're driving a 70 blue Charger with Jezebel written down the side, you don't really want to get in trouble too much with the law, because it's hard to be like, yeah, officer, it was the other Jezebel Charger. How's the Chevy doing? I actually just had it running a little bit ago. It is running fantastic. Really don't need to do anything else. Just need to start letting it run. Red and silver Dodge Daytona Shelby. I know people who like those. I've never been a huge fan of those, but I've always had this opinion on vehicles that if you like it and you're passionate about it, you can make anybody else passionate about it. It doesn't matter what you own. It doesn't have to be the coolest thing in the world. Like, I obviously like big, nasty, naturally aspirated engines, big V8s. And there are guys who like turbos, and I've never been a turbo guy. But I'm sure if, someone was truly into turbos and they came to me and they wanted to get me on board, their passion could get me into it. Let's see. Am I going to do any upgrades to my Javelin? Just a clutch, man. That is the only plans on the Javelin. Maybe freshen the engine, do a clutch. It really doesn't need anything other than body work, which I am not in the mood to do. I would like to do more with the Javelin, but it just don't bring in too many views. And I don't do this stuff for views and money and stuff. But sometimes you got to weigh those options. Is it worth taking the time to film a video that's only going to get, like 1,500 views versus, I could go film a video that's going to get 10,000 views. And it all just comes down to the time invested, which honestly, like I said, I don't do it for the money. I'll still do the Javelin video just to appease the guys and, share it with the people who do want to see updates on it. I know I'm missing comments. If I miss your comment, don't feel bad for spamming it until I see it. This carburetor is like incredibly dirty. But we're getting there. We're getting there. I can't do mock-up with a dirty carburetor. What's going on with the old truck on the side of the house? You talking about the old truck in the backyard? That's my dad's 49 GMC. We put a Buick nailhead in it. It's got a 425 nailhead in it. Nailhead transmission, switch pitch, Buick transmission. And someday we will get back to work on it, but it is just a big project. You still thinking 340 for the Duster? Well, country boy, let's take a break and let's go on a little adventure real fast. Because I haven't even shared any of this with anybody yet. This hasn't even been in video. But if you look, there are some cylinder heads here sitting on top of the 340 that is currently wrapped up in a trash bag. If anybody knows what these heads are, yes. Yes. Oh. Now sit still. Butter biscuit, good sounding. I know I did miss a comment about exhaust on my uncle's car. It definitely needs a new exhaust system because it has a lot of leaks and a lot of holes. So he's probably going to go to like a 2.5-inch exhaust or something, I would imagine. Let's see. Let me just... Mopar Man 1978, I see you are in here. Cozy Thunder, no, the 650 I think is more than enough for a retired 350. I'm just trying to get caught up here. Yep, that's everybody. So, why has the satellite been sitting for such a long time? Are you going to work on it, do a few videos? That you're a big satellite fan? Mark, I am not even going to attempt to butcher your last name. The satellite has been sitting because when I bought it, the people we bought it from were meth heads. And at the time, I didn't really know what a meth head was. But they done a lot of work to the car, and to say that we drove it home, now that I think about it, man, we were brave and stupid. That car has got so much bad wiring that we can't get to. It's all underneath the dash is the problem. So I've been gathering parts for years for that 73 satellite of mine. And one of these days, it's going to be a pretty good sized project because I want to do it all right. We're going to pull that thing around here and we're going to fully gut the interior and fix all of the bad wiring. I've got a new old stock harness for it that ain't got a single cut in it. And it will get done. It's just, there's so many projects, so many things going on all at once. And you just you gotta pick. You gotta have your priorities. I don't want to have more than one car tore apart. So as soon as I can get Jezebel back together, I can start tearing into other things. Like Dad wants to do the 4-speed swap on his car, but I just don't want to have two Chargers completely torn apart. You know what I mean? Main body's done. Looks brand new. So what are we missing here? See, James Edelman, you are asking about my buddy Chris Birdsong in Vegas, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any Chargers for sale right now. Let's see. The Dougster is here. I like that. Let's see, 305 Elk. I'm the guy who called you Stud Duck. Can I go out cruising with you probably sometime this summer? Well, if you could find me, maybe. I'm not much of a cruiser kind of guy, but I will definitely hang out with people. Let's see. You know any place where I can get one used? Let's see. Todd, Riesland, what did I miss? I don't know what you're asking. Let's see. Oh, okay, there we go. 02 Ram 2500 4x4 V10. Third owner, been spray painted pink for cancer. $450 paid for 309,783 miles on it. Just need a whole Dana 70. Where would I Dana 70? I would probably say there's a junkyard I did a video on out by Centerville, Kansas. If you're in Kansas, at least, they maybe have something. I don't know. A junkyard would probably be the best place to find one. I know I'm way behind in the comments. Carl J. Morgan, I agree. The yard dart, a lot of people like to think they know me for Jezebel, but I still think the yard dart is the car that brought this channel to where it is today. It's so different. There's not many things like it on the old tube. MEF, not even once. Mad Scientist Garage, how are you doing, John? How is that not bent frame Cutlass doing? Swear I didn't know that. Oh yeah, Mike Asher, my uncle, is extremely happy. Man, we are way behind. What are you mocking up? Jed came in like, well, Harold, I am currently cleaning carburetors. What do I think of newer vehicles technology-wise? I think they are great right now. Give them 10 years, and they will be junk. Let's see, we got a guy from North Carolina. Welcome. We got Georgia. Let's see, 58 looking good, Jed. Hot and muggy here in Michigan as well. Take care. Thank you. When is Jake's going to sponsor you? You advertise for them all the time. No, I don't want a sponsorship. My good friend Rob, who was my parts man for a while, he got a hell of a promotion, and I can't deal with him no more, so I'm kind of back to just buying from whoever. Well, luckily, I still got a decent discount at Jags. It ain't no sponsorship. They don't sponsor people. They're still, what I like about Jags, it's a family-run business still, basically, whereas Summit's a corporation, and I'm not big into supporting corporations. Um, it's still bent waiting on AMD floors. You're so behind, your hat is rusting. No, it's just sweating. Okay, I think we're caught up now. I'm going to try and just answer questions as they roll in. This is the problem. I always think, I'm going to go live and I'm going to hang out with these guys and I'm going to get stuff done while I'm hanging out. And it's just like when you have an actual buddy over, you get nothing done. Let's see, as soon as I get a few things ironed out with the Dodge front end alignment, I might take a trip out here. You'd be more than welcome, Mike. Or Mark. Mike, yeah, Mike Asher. Let's see. Head first, I see that. I see you just tried to call me. We are currently live. I will call you as soon as we're done doing this live, and we can talk about your 3-deuce setup. Or whether or not you decide you want it still. I don't know. You may have decided against it. Oh, they got yellow paint on the metering blocks. If AMC was still a company, that would be cool. I wish there was a little more AMC love on YouTube. Let's see. Hey, Jeb, are you watching? Hey, Jeb, watching from Sayville, Long Island, New York. Keep the good content. Well, I greatly appreciate you checking into the live stream, Roger. That's awesome. See, I dropped damn near 1,000 on a complete rebuild for an 84 D150. All Moog and energy suspension brakes too. Dang, man. You got to buy that good quality stuff. Of course, you know, if any of you guys watch Uncle Tony, I've been supporting Tony since he started his channel. And it's hard to find quality because even the quality stuff isn't quality. It's just priced as quality, but it's just as bad as all the cheap stuff. It's just a bad time to be a car guy, and it sucks. Sandblast and painted those 15x7 wheels you sold me last year. Turned out great. Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, as long as Moog and all those other companies haven't gone down the crapper, we'd be good. You know, like when companies like that start going down the pooper, we're really screwed as car guys. I just don't know how a carburetor gets this dirty. What sauce do you use to clean them parts? Well, normally, if I'm cleaning like an old zinc dichromate Holly, I have a really neat mixture of gas and ATF I use. Like I said in the video, I use a toothbrush. I literally go to Walmart, buy a pack of cheap toothbrushes, and I sit there and I scrub and scrub and scrub. Here, I'm just using baby wipes, basically. I'm just cleaning it because I don't want to hurt the black finish on this bad boy. So I'm literally just sitting here cleaning all the little parts in here because I don't like dirty crap, you know. This is the last time these parts might get cleaned, so. See, Uncle Tony is so wise and informative, he really just understands how people. Yeah, I agree. Where do you sell your parts at? Do you have a website? No website, you just got to contact me directly. Typically, I just buy and sell a lot of used stuff, and most of my inventory stays pretty well sparse just because I have a lot of like repeat guys who call me on what they need, and I'll typically have stuff. Like I just sold my buddy Bigfoots and Mopar's a Holly Street Dominator for a low deck engine, and he posted on Facebook looking for one, and then he texted me a little bit later, and his words, no shit, were, "I knew I should have just called you first." And we got him hooked up with one. I enjoy helping people get parts, and I don't mind. I also help people find stuff and pick out the right parts for their builds, because a lot of guys just don't know what they really want. Well, Doug, you can be jealous of Anna, but that would also mean if you're jealous of her, that means you have to technically date me, because then that's the only way you could be jealous, is because that's the only way you could have had the truck. And I think you got higher standards than this. At least I hope so. The girlfriend's truck is doing excellent. Doing very well. I got the carburetor just about dialed in. I was thinking about filming the entire tuning process, but literally, I just turned some mixture screws and now it's like perfect. Country boy, I appreciate that. I actually have a 340 steel crank that came with my 340. And I also have a 273 steel crank. Craig, how you doing, man? I like your entrance there. I really like that entrance. You know how to make an entrance, that's for sure. I'm sure some of us have dated girls who look worse than Jed. Any port in a storm. Only you, John. Only you. Oh, how are you doing today, Craig? And yes, Randy is happy with the taxi. I just gotta sell some parts off it, namely the 3-deuce setup, and start to recoup my investment in the dang thing, and I will be happy. Doug, I'm not even sure if I want to read that comment out loud. Ooh, spider bite on your feet. Ooh. Do they make superchargers for a V10, Todd? I don't know. I could not answer that question. I'm not really quite sure what happened to my finger when I was in St. Louis, but I've got a pretty nasty little wound there that will not heal. And I ain't sure what it's from. I was just sleeping and I woke up and my finger was like swollen. Yeah, the old Edelbrock. You know what? That's the shame. Is I'm not a Chevy guy. I'm not an Edelbrock guy. I'm really not a dual plane carburetor guy. I'm not really a 50s car guy. At 58 Chevy, it's kind of like everything I'm against, especially like street rod stuff. But it's actually pretty cool. I mean, I'm impressed on how good the Edelbrock runs on the Chevy versus Anna's truck. On Anna's truck, it was awful. But on that Chevy, it runs good. Uh-oh. People are honking. Let's see. Hang on, we got to catch this guy. Technically Tenacious. I like the name. Been following for a while. You and a couple other YouTubers have inspired me to do my own build. I appreciate the live stream so I could have some entertainment while I drive home on the radio. Well, I appreciate you for being here, brother. I really do, and I appreciate, well, you watching and everything. Those D100s are cool. Craig, I agree with you. If my uncle would have let me put a Holly on it, it would have had a Holly. But it's all those things that just kind of happened at once. That I had the Edelbrock. It was cheap. I wouldn't have to charge him out the wazoo for it. And it works for him. So, I mean, he wanted the Edelbrock, so whatever. But it works good. I'm never going to install an Edelbrock on any of my stuff. It's just not my preference. It's not my forte. I don't even know how to work on the dang things. Yes, I am happy to see Grant rolling too. It kind of sucks just because he's been wanting to stop by here to do some work with me. And seems like every time he's coming to Ottawa, he is, I'm gone. Like last weekend, I was in St. Louis. And the weekend before that, or no, it was weekend before that, I was in St. Louis. And then it seems like every time he tries to get hold of me to come hang out, he's, I'm gone. So hopefully we can get something worked out. At some point, I need to get you, tenacious. Wait, I'm missing people. What are my thoughts on an F-150 EcoBoost? Just a good truck. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this EcoBoost. At least I don't think there is. I mean, just good transportation, good gas mileage, all that stuff. Let's see. I missed something. Scar, my guitar. How you doing, brother? You guys like guitars like I know I do. And I'm not just saying it because he just shot me $5. If you guys like guitars, He does some really cool stuff, and he's really nice. He's got a good personality and good videos. If you guys like guitars, he does some really cool stuff with guitars. You can like I said, I'm into guitars. You watch like Trogley or any other guys, and it's all just kind of your standard. You just put stuff together. But then you got guys like Scar My Guitar or Burl's Art who really step outside the box and build these beautiful creations. And I love it. I love watching his videos. Let's see. Ever put electric trans into a carburetor vehicle? No, I am against electronics. Your top man, Jed, always make me smile. Keep up the good work, brother. Go the mighty Mopar. Well, I appreciate that, my friend. I do appreciate that. Paul, I hate to break it to you, brother, but Dad is anti-Ford to the max. He does not care for Fords in the slightest. I wouldn't mind having just an old, I don't know, I always wanted to work on one of, like a 289 or a 302. I'm just an engine guy. I like engines. I like the smaller V8s. Let's see. Jed is out of his age element. He is an old school Mopar guy. That I am. I am always been Mopar to the core. Even when I had some GM cars, like some of my favorite cars are actually GMs. My 62 F85, it was a four-door sedan, had the high compression 215 all aluminum V8 in it, and I regret selling that car. That car was so much fun. We rebuilt the engine in it, and I wish I would have done a little more videoing of it, but that was also at a time when I wasn't really focusing on doing YouTube. I was just focusing on having fun. Tony's videos got the pot stirred. Tony's got a really good point, and he's always had a pretty good point about auto manufacturers. And I'm just glad that he's the one who made the video, just because it sucks for him. I do feel bad for him having the issues he's having. But if anybody was going to bring that like to the industry standard and like make a deal out of it, it had to have been him, because he's one of the bigger guys. It just sucks. We shouldn't have to deal with that, especially like I'm also at professionalism of not naming names, but I'm not that professional. It's comp cams. That's the problem. And it's not just them. It's anybody who wants to run hydraulic flat tappet lifters. You can't trust them. I can name a bunch of stories here recently of famous people and not so famous people wiping brand new cam setups from Comp and all these other big manufacturers. And it's all because they want to charge you for expensive American-made parts but sell you Chinese junk. Let's see. I'm off my rant. How you doing, Bad Tree? I bet you that's Blake. I've always had a thing for 6 cylinders. I always wanted to do something with a slant 6, but I got too many engine projects. Doug, how about Hughes Engines cams, Jed? Well, that's actually the only place I buy cams from. Jezebel's Engines got a Hughes solid flat tappet. The Satellite's got a Whiplash. Dad's Hemi's got a Whiplash. Michael's Hookers and Blow Truck's got a Whiplash cam, and actually Jezebel's old 440 Whiplash, for that fact. I've always used stuff from Hughes. They're Mopar people, for one, and two, they're down-to-earth, nice people. Let's see. I agree with you every time I buy LS parts. Oof. So let's see. So would you recommend it? Don't go hydraulic lifters from Howard's. I wouldn't buy anything hydraulic lifter at all. No roller, no flat tappet, just go solid. And learn how to adjust valves. And when you learn how to do valves, it's a good skill to know how to do for any engine. And I'll go ahead and tell you, I'll break this myth. I should probably do a video on it. But the old myth, I know old timers are all about it. If you get a solid cam, you got to run your valves every single week, you're going to blow your engine up. And that's a complete lie. You know how many times I've run the valves in the yard dart of Jezebel's engine? Boop. 0. Oh, you tell me how many times I had to make an adjustment. See, the thing is, they shouldn't come loose. and you shouldn't need to adjust them. If they're coming loose, your adjusters suck, for one, and two, uh, if you need to adjust them and your adjuster's still tight, that means your cam is eating itself. And the way modern stuff is made today with, see, like, you got to remember back to the old days. I don't have one with me, but like the 273 rockers were literally a friction fit. They didn't have a jam nut. So, of course, those need to be adjusted. But if you have a jam nut with an adjuster, it's going to lock in place. And it shouldn't be walking. Shouldn't. But, you know, that's in a perfect world. I would just say go freaking solid, man. Happy with Whiplash. That's a cam I picked up from a 413. Yeah, the Whiplash is a great sounding cam and all that other stuff. As far as, let's see, solid even for a driver, I would do it. Yeah, I went before I blew up the clutch in Jezebel, solid all day long. Chinese are good about copying electronics, but cheap. Now, I will say this about Chinese parts. There's a lot of guys who will just throw China underneath the bus. There are some good things that come from China, like stroker assemblies, anything machined like that. There's an industry standard, especially for quality material. Kathy, I will tell Dad that. Valve springs are important. Let's see. Uncle have a machine shop and have cams go bad on the dyno. Yeah. That's a very good point, 305 Elk. They are pushing for us to go all modern. You know, Holly wants to make carburetors so expensive you don't want to buy them. You just want to go fuel injection. That's the problem. Is fuel injection is good right now. Like if someone puts fuel injection on their car, it's going to work good for 5 years, 10 years, who knows how long. But let's fast forward 50 years into the future. There will be no will it run videos because, of course, they won't run because they'll be freaking clapped up because the electronic fuel injection, there's a sensor unhooked or a rat tooth through a wire and it won't run. And everything's going to be gummed up because it's high pressure fuel system and all this other blah, blah, blah. And it's just, it ain't better. It's better right now, sure, but I've always just been a carburetor guy. They're simple, they work. Beef and veggies. That is also true. Carburetors, they're simple. They are mechanical objects, and I've always been a big fan of my vehicles being as mechanical as possible. How's Anna's truck doing? Anna's truck is doing excellent. And I am not the Holly King. I just have a pile of them. There are guys out there who know way more about Holly carburetors than I do. I will never act like I am the end-all be-all. Because you can never know everything. There's always stuff to be learned. I agree. Old school rides, they're my favorite. Man. There ain't a whole lot of carburetor guys in our area, Craig. So the last carburetor guys in this town were the Foster brothers, and well, they're gone, unfortunately. And James, it's John Elliott. I would stay as far away from electronic fuel injection as possible, unless you just really want it. There are guys out there who just want a simple, you know, hit it, forget it, basically, system. And that's what that is. Let's see. Paul, I will tell Dad that. He loves his Alice. And I've never been a tractor guy, but if I was going to be a tractor guy, I would be a D14, Alice Chalmers kind of guy. Gonna try and rebuild 3 Stromberg 97s. I'm scared to death. Well, bolt on. I bolt on carbs, not rebuild them. Yeah. Stromberg 97s are pretty simple. Is Michael planning to lower hookers below? Yes, he is, Doug. Another subscriber kind of sent him all the stuff on how to do it with like van control arms and all that stuff. That's a plan in the future. How about the guy with the bathtub fuel injection? I've never heard of that. Oh, electric cars. Ooh, no, not electric cars. Never. Ever, ever, ever. No, no, the truck is not gone. No, no, no. I don't know what truck we're talking about, but no trucks have left. I'd make you a good deal on an Alice WD-45. That's the one thing about Dad is he's not much of a WD guy. He likes Alice D14s, D17s, D19s. He even likes the 170s and 190 models. Ooh, Cosworth Vega. Ooh. Greg, I want a thermoquad. I need a whole shelf of thermoquads. Not really. I do like thermoquads, but I'd never run one again. Have you done anything with G Pass Homemade Welder? Carl J. Morgan, I'm not quite sure. Oh, with Grandpa's Homemade Welder. No, we haven't. we haven't had time, unfortunately. Let's see. Personally worked with this old man that worked at Carol Shelby. His name was Cliff. He's famous Corvette. Oh, that's cool. That is really cool to hear that. Thermoquad and Tannerite. No, I couldn't do that to a thermoquad. It's still my Mopar. However, I really, really wanted to take one of my junk cars. I wasn't really going to blow up that good Edelbrock, but I wanted to take one of my junk parts ones and I wanted to fill it full of Tannerite and see how long it would last. But I wanted to film it too, so I'd have to find a way to be creative to film that and post it on YouTube. Yes, I saw Uncle Tony put a slant 6 in a Miata. That is pretty neat. I mean, is it my thing? It's a Miata. No, you lose me at Miata. But, I mean, it's cool. I kind of dig it. No, dude, I couldn't destroy a good carburetor. I mean, even though I don't like Edelbrocks even in the slightest, I couldn't bring myself to kill a good one. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we're going to definitely do some more stuff with Grandpa's Welder. We just got to have time. You know. Do I watch SRC channel? No, I do not. I have a really good friend, Brian, at Dust Devil Garage. In fact, him and I went to the St. Louis Mopar meet together. And, he was telling me about, he's a big follower of theirs, and he keeps telling me to check him out, but it's just not really my thing. I'm not big into street racing. But he tells me about it's like a family deal, and I do appreciate that. Ever had any e-bodies? No, I've driven e-bodies, and I hate them. They ride like lumber wagons. Winged Wolf 56, you hit that right on the head. If I could like pin that comment somewhere, I would. Nobody wants to be seen in a Miata. Friend's car let's see. Friend's car, you do a good video on the 540 Big Buck Demon at Mocan. I'm not sure what you're asking. Let's see. And my phone is about to explode. It is so hot. B-body dart, yes. Like a 62 dart. Those are just great. I didn't say nothing bad about thermoquads. I like thermoquads. The Satellite used to have one a long time ago. They're good carburetors. A thermoquad is exactly like a quadrajet. When they are right, they are right. They are great. But when they start to get out of whack, they are a pain in the ass to get working right. Again. I am doing an awful job cleaning this carburetor. All I am doing is smearing dirt now. Because there's too many of you guys. Any of you guys with a smaller YouTube channel want to trade with me? I want to go back to the days of having like 5 subscribers, you know. Can't get nothing done. Let's see. Yes, the 62 and 3 darts. Yes, I love early B-bodies a lot. I want one, but I have too many cars. There's so many cars I want to own and play with, but I have too many. And I can't have them all. And I have a hard time selling things. There we go, Craig. I'll tell you what, Craig, we'll trade channels. You just got to put out content like two days a week. Let's see. My name is Doug, and I've been a good boy this year. I'd like a 67 Hemi Belvedere. It hurts to laugh. Oh. So, Scar My Guitar. Isn't your name Sean? I can't remember. Don't worry about people tipping or nothing. That's one thing I've always been about is I don't want to ask my viewers for money. We just hang out and stuff, you know. To me, it's always been about if people enjoy the videos, that's all it's about, you know. That's all I need. I don't want money from them. The little bit of money YouTube throws at me suffices for. I mean, the money I make off YouTube doesn't even begin to cover time or money or parts or anything like that. But I do this stuff because it's a passion project, really. And I'm a bad businessman in that sense, but never do I want people to feel like they need to send me money or any parts for that matter. Arthur asked, how's my uncle's car doing? It is doing fantastic. I have to get caught up again. A12 Roadrunner. Yes, I agree with you. I'm all about that. No, Blake, don't you start something here. Mine is lightly sweet tea. Just enough sugar just to cut that bitter bite. I don't like, you know, diabetically sweet tea. Am I going to the Mopar Nationals? I do not have time. I do not. Nagging wife for sale. Let's see. I need to clean this thing some more. I need to actually wipe this thing down. Let's see. This rag is not good for cleaning. Microfiber is, though. Is this the broken one? No. Really thinking about buying a 73 Dart 4-door and putting a big block in it. Yes, you should. Don't let anybody tell you that 4-doors can't be cool, because I have owned plenty of 4-doors in my life, and I love them. They can be just as cool as any 2-door. What's up, Mr. Jed? Really like your videos. Well, I appreciate that, Emmett. I really do. Always clean your bowls, people. Yes. Especially your very expensive Ultra XPs. Scott's Beach Shop t-shirts? Well, they are currently on my back. You know, right there. I don't even know if that's on camera. Is that on camera? I don't sell merch. I don't have time to sell merch. Being a businessman, I could probably get like one of those Teesprings or whatever one of those things are that they do everything for you, but I can't see paying someone where I get a percentage, where it's got to be like I do the whole thing, or it's got to be a local deal. I can't do it. I can't work with a big company. So I had a run of merch for a while, but it's just too much. You know, I just rather focus on making videos than worrying about merchandising and selling my name and stuff like that. Jed was flexing. I was not. How fast is... I have no idea. Trade wife for a Mopar. Have you tried Monster for a degreaser? Like Monster, the energy drink? Well, I had a little thing going with Blake at Bad Tree there. His cousin was going to help me out, but I haven't ever heard back from Ben. So we were talking about making some merch, and he was going to help me because he's a smaller deal, and that I can happily do. I'll happily, split profit with a small time company, but not some big conglomerate thing that handles everybody. You should accept those things as a blessing for hard work. You don't. What's wrong with getting a paycheck for your time and effort? I don't think that's a problem. Well, no, it's not a problem. As far if you're talking about like donations, I just don't want to take money from my viewers. And I don't want people to feel like they have to, because that's the thing. I've been in a live chat before where, say, you're on Mike Finnegan's YouTube channel, and there's so many people, but you want him to read your comment about how you love him and you think he's the coolest guy ever. So you throw him money because you want him to see your comment, and I don't ever want it to be like that. Or you want someone to think that they really like you because you want to send them some dollars, and you want to be like, hey, I like this guy enough, I want to give him money. And no, because to me, each and every viewer is equal on a plane, and y'all are cooler than hell. So I'm just blessed to have almost 18,000 guys. Wait, did I missing someone? Someone leaving? Todd, you're leaving? Have a good day, man. Okay, we're done talking about merchandising and making money. Are you taking song requests because Cyndi Lauper Chris Yeah, we're done talking about money. Let's talk about your guys' sweet, awesome hot rods or my broken junk. Like the guys at Bad Tree, they have the awesome Nacho Cuda. If you guys haven't watched anything from Bad Tree Productions, you really need to. Or even my buddies at, like my friend Brian, he has a new YouTube channel. He's still working on it. It's small, not a lot of content. But I got a collab video with him when we were in St. Louis Mopar Blast. Turbo Lover. No Turbo Lover. But, my buddy Brian, like I said, Dust Devil Garage, go check him out. All that other cool stuff. There's a lot of really cool guys out there. And I feel bad for anybody who wants to get into YouTube because there's just so much to compete with. And, you really got to strive to make the best content possible because you got to stand out. There's so many options these days as far as views and channels and content. You got to work your butt off to make yourself appealing to watch. Just so many. I would not want to do YouTube. What do I think about the Super Beater? Well, see, that's the cool part for me. Since I am actually personally friends with Birdsong, with Chris, I have known about Super Beater way longer than most people. And I think it is freaking rad. I love that thing. I love it. I would like to have something like that of my own. Just to go thrash on at the farm. Something that'll never be nice enough. Something you can just literally cobble together and just beat the piss out of. I love it. I've been talking with Chris, the past couple of weeks about his engine setup, his tunnel ram setup on his Smurf and all that stuff. And that's kind of why I'm working on this carburetor here, this Ultra XP, because Jezebel needs a new tunnel ram setup. Let's see. Dude, where else would you see someone else thrashing a Super Beat? Exactly. And you gotta know, that Super Beat is junk. I mean, like, the guy who would try to restore it would spend more money than the car will ever be worth. Would you meet up with Uncle Tony? What YouTuber do you want to meet? Oh, I'd love to hang out with Uncle Tony. Let's see, if it's that question, let's see. Have I checked out Vice Grip Garage? Yeah. I've watched Derek before. I like his videos, but it's just a lot of the same stuff. Let's go rescue this. Let's go rescue that. Can we start this? Can we start that? I'm more into watching a build series. I don't want to just watch a bunch of first starts. I want to see what happens to the car afterwards. But I'm not saying I don't like him. But Redneck Rider 69, I like that name. Would you do a meetup with Uncle Tony? Well, of course. What YouTuber do you want to meet? See, I've met Mike Finnegan. I ain't met Freiberger yet, but he's not really a YouTuber. I don't know. What YouTuber would I want to meet? So I've done work with him in the past, but my absolute end-all, be-all favorite guy on YouTube is Jonathan W. There is no one better to me on this platform than that man. He has more than so earned his 100 plus thousand subscribers he has. And I mean, he films on basically a potato. He does the same editing I do, which is little to none. And it's just great content. The man is a genius. But yet, he just looks like a regular dude. And he talks like a regular dude. So if you don't know who Jonathan W. is, you've got to seriously go check him out. What's my cat's name? Well, I have two now. I have Captain Morgan and I have Pepper. We just call Captain Morgan Captain. Could you order a 344 barrel in 1974? No. In 74, you had the 360. The 360 was the only option as far as that engine goes. 340 was gone in 74. Now, what you could do is if you like ordered a car early in 73 or late 74. No, early 74, you maybe could have gotten a 340. What happened to the kid that got the clean gremlin? I have no idea what you're talking about. Not my deal. Let's see. Hang on. William, I see you're here. Hi, William. Charger 3D3 Mopar. Another great Mopar guy on YouTube with an awesome 68 Ratty Charger. I mean, we're talking about probably the original Ratty Charger on this platform on YouTube. If you don't know who he is, go check William out and be nice. He's cool. I like him. Let's see. Have you checked the gas tap? The guy is a low buck building a Valiant with. See, I do now know who that guy is just because you said Turbo Valiant. I just don't get into turbos. Let's see. Bigfoots and Mopars. Yes, I love Mark. In fact, there's actually a box on my Moto Guzzi. That one right there. That is intake manifold he bought. 502s any good? What are you talking about 502s? You can't just say 502. I mean, there's a lot of 502s. Now we have to clean this. This is going to take a while. I don't even know how a carburetor gets this dirty. This must have been on a 4x4 or something. This is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's see. Yeah, space plates are always fun to clean. I'm serious. How does a carburetor get this filthy? Probably came up 83 degrees. See, William? You guys want to see the original Ratty Charger before General Mayhem, before Jezebel, before anything from Birdsong? You gotta check it out. William, Charger 3D3 Mopar. Check him out. But don't check him out in a weird way. He's just really cool. Don't be weird. You know. I don't know. Unless he wants you to check him out in a weird way, then go ahead. I ain't big into that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? There we go. Take this thing all the way apart. Getting ridiculous. I'm going to rebuild the 6-pack off of Randy's Taxi. No. Actually, Head First Customs, who I saw was in here. I have to call him here in a little bit. I'm going to have to cut this short because he is talking about buying it to put on his Model A. And that is exactly who needs it. Because it needs to go on an early hot rod. Especially a really cool early hot rod. Uh-oh. I missed something about... Okay, why are we talking about me and a Speedo watching Jezebel? Oh, what did I miss? I missed something. I didn't miss anything. Oh, you guys would crap your pants if you saw the Daisy Dukes I made. Greetings from Melbourne, Australia. Holy crap, that is talk about on the other side of the world. Welcome to the live stream, which I don't know how much longer we'll be going, but I promise we'll be going for a little bit longer. I know there's a 70 Dodge Challenge been sitting for 10 years trying to find out who owns it. Did you just undo a button? No, it's the same amount. I am not undoing I am not slowly undressing. If anyone in the family would wear a Speedo and watch the ride, yep, it'd be my brother. Yep. In fact, he is the only one with a pressure washer in the family, so it wouldn't surprise me, when no one's around, if he's sitting in his backyard, sitting there humming a tune to Cyndi Lauper, trying to be like his little brother, in his Speedo, power washing hookers and below. That's just a thought and a half. You know what? I'm just going to stop talking. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Have you ever thought to yourself that you're just sitting there talking, and then that mental image, you're like, I don't want to picture it, then your brain just says, fuck you. And it pops that mental image in your head, and then you just want to go shoot yourself. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now. And I don't even care if YouTube's like, you can't monetize this. You just said the F word and flipped everybody off. I don't care, YouTube. This is a live stream. We're not live streaming to make money. We're live streaming to hang out. Toothbrush. See, I'm not kidding when I say I use a toothbrush to clean these parts. What did I just stumble into? That is the worst story to ever enter a live stream into. Or maybe the best. It depends on what you're into. That's what gets your socks, rocks your socks and stuff. Oh. We have 89 people in here. God dang. Some support group. This is one thing I do love about doing random live streams. You never know who's just going to run in. Holy crap, 68 Charger, dang. I sure do love Holley carburetors just because they are easy to take apart, easy to clean. But there are so many crevices you have to clean, it's ridiculous. Especially when a guy doesn't take care of his carburetor and he runs it on a monster truck or whatever this thing came off of. It's ridiculous. Screw it, get out of there, dirt. Holy crap, the toothbrush by itself with no cleaner does a fantastic job. My God. I wouldn't have been using the wet wipe there if I would have just known that. Daggone. Sorry guys, I am discovering magic here. Just the cheap Walmart toothbrush does a better job. Oh my God, it's amazing. Oh my God. I can only imagine what my neighbors are thinking, they're sitting here wondering what's going on. He's sitting there touching carburetors again, getting weird and excited, and he's talking to himself. I can only imagine. It's kind of, can you imagine what it'd be like living next to someone like Dylan McCool? You're just like, oh great, he brought another one home. But hey, better to bring cars home than drugs or a bunch of different women. That's one thing to be said. I think I'd rather have a child with a bad car habit than drugs or a bunch of women. Women can be a lot of trouble. You just got to find a good one and keep it. If you can't find a good one, be a celibate. Man, There we go. Got it clean. Read what Paul asked. Paul, where are you? Paul, how much would you charge for one of your homemade shifter knobs? Paul, you can email me, chargerjezebel at 70, chargerjezebel70 at yahoo.com. You just got to spell Jezebel right. It's always in, my email is always in the link in descriptions of videos. It depends on if you want a T-handle, if you want a round ball, and where you're at, where it's got to get shipped to, if you want a custom one or if you want a pre-made one, it's already done. All that stuff. Emmett, this carburetor is for Jezebel's potential new tunnel ram setup. This is my other one. I'm just cleaning it because I need to be cleaned so I can make sure the finish is going to match, because I refuse to buy 2 brand new Holley Ultra XPs. I buy them used because they're about half price, and even half price, these things are ridiculously expensive. They cost way too much for what you're getting. But at least at half price, you don't feel like you're getting completely raped. I apologize for missing comments. Like I said earlier, you guys have something you really want me to say, just spam the crap out of it. I will see it. And I'm going to try and clean and look at the camera. All placentas matter. I still love your name, dude. I love that name like no other. You have no idea. Like, if I had a kid, I would probably name it All Placentas Matter in just one word. Get quiet. There we go. Just a product of my environment. We all are. That could be said about just about anybody. How you doing, Mark Allen? Welcome to the stream. We are cleaning very expensive Holley parts. Hola, Jed. How you doing, Winger? Winger Fan 01. Or one, just one. Winger Fan. I can't, your name always sticks out. When you start doing this YouTube thing and you reply to a lot of comments, there are always some guys that just stand out. Like, they've been around for a long time and you always recognize their names. And, well, your name always stands out to me, like Admiral Sandwich, who I think is now William Sanders. It's the same icon of a sandwich. Bunch of guys, like, I could just sit here for days and just go on and on about different names. But, all that stuff. Do I prefer aluminum heads or cast? Well, it depends on really my budget and everything else. If I had an unlimited budget and stuff, I would always go straight for aluminum. I wouldn't even touch iron. But with my 340 I want to build, I want W2 heads because they're better than anything else, really. They're only come in iron unless you find a rare set of battens. And I'll go iron on those. There's nothing wrong with cast iron. There really isn't. It's safe. It's a happy option. It's a cheaper option if you have a good set. Now if you got to obviously redo a set of iron heads, unless it's for a full-blown restoration, it makes 0 sense to sink a bunch of money into them. Still haven't gotten your project running? Man, I know your pain. We should start a support group for guys who can't get their projects done. Really? 0 Fox given. Wow. I did not expect you to pop in here. I'm not going to say, I mean, I love Tony. Tony is really cool. I like Tony. I've known him for a lot of years. And I can see where, and don't go anywhere, dude. I'm not going to hate on you. I can see where you're coming from on your comment on Tony's video. I really can. But, I'm all about, the budget build life when it comes into play. But as far as his video, it just comes down to in his video that you just can't trust any of the new parts. You just can't trust them. And it just comes down to that lifter failure problem. And it blows. It really does. It ruins the hobby for everybody. If you can't buy parts from a big company like Comp Cams and feel safe, who can you buy your parts from? Nobody. And it sucks. Of course, I've never been a Comp Cams fan anyway, so. Mark, how you doing? Bigfoots. Oh, the legendary Bigfoots and Mopars is here. And that's another great Mopar YouTuber. And I know he's going to hate me for plugging him, but if you guys really want to see a cool Mopar YouTube guy, Bigfoots and Mopars. I mean, just that name. Bigfoots and Mopars. Budget has no place in valve train. I do agree with you there. You get cheap in valve train, it will bite you in the ass. Now, I will say this. Like my 73 Satellite, it has stock rockers and they work fine. But the problem that at least in my eyes, this is something up for debate. This is something where a couple of guys would have to sit down, or a group of guys need to sit down and all talk it out. Is the problem like what Isky is a good manufacturer. As far as God dang it, I got to put this down. So Tony was thinking the issue, and I see where he's coming from. That his issue was, the lifters aren't pumping up, so they're sitting there banging against the rockers, which I can see happening. If your lifters aren't pumped up, there's a lot of extra space in those hydraulic setups that those push rods are going to bang around. Now, should it really be enough to potentially punch a hole through the rocker arm? No. But, just like any kind of metal part, it depends on how long it's been happening. The metal will fatigue, it'll get work hardened, and then it will snap. And they're just stamped steel rockers. And I totally understand where Tony's coming from as far as keeping Bottle Rocket as budget build minded as possible. But I think now it's going to come a time where he's probably going to have to step out of that and rock and roll into a solid roller setup, because there is nothing to really fail besides the cam or lifters themselves, and those are still made here in the States. But yeah, I mean, as far as like Bottle Rocket goes, I'm surprised he didn't have a set of 273 adjustable rockers on it to begin with. That's probably what I would have had on there, even though I don't like adjustable rockers on a hydraulic cam. I still would probably have them. Let's see, I know we are missing people. So Zero Fox Given, I have nothing against you, man. I hope you don't have anything against me, because I sided with Tony in the little thread on this video. Everybody, that's the thing. We're in a car hobby. There's opinions, and opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, and not everybody can fully agree, and I don't want to start any kind of problems with anybody. Let's see. All placentas matter. You have all the paperwork for my dad's charger? All books and receipts? How do you have all the stuff on my dad's charger? Here. Let's see. Can I even type? No, I do not want to press that button again. I don't know how to type on this dang thing. We are going to try something. Rotate device. No, I can't rotate device. The camera's right there. Craig, can you do me a favor? Can you type out my email for All Placentas Matter? I would like for him to shoot me an email, and so I can talk to him. All Placentas Matter, all I need you to do is email me a good time to call you, and give me your phone number in the email. Never post your email, or never post your phone number online. I had a guy do that, and I had to delete his comment. That's not a good idea. But just email me your phone number. I'll give you a call, and we can talk about it. I'm kind of interested to see what you have. That sounds really cool. That'll make Dad happy. We always like having like cool stuff like that. That's one thing. Let's see. No, it did not. I guess there must be something blocking the email. Well, all percentages matter. In the description of every video, and possibly even in this live stream, will be my email. Thank you, all percentages matter. But I am going to have to cut this short because I need to actually go call the guy with the who wants to buy the 6 deuce or the 3 deuce setup. So, you guys got anything else you want to say? Now is the time to say it, because I'm going to have to hop off here because Dad's home now and I've got stuff I got to do. Well, yes, I'm glad everybody showed up. Just a nice little impromptu deal. Glad everybody had fun. Like I said, I got to go call Head First Customs so we can make a deal happen. And then I got to eat dinner. I forgot what time it is. So, oh yeah, the new hat. I love this hat. Best thing I ever bought on eBay. Except for my girlfriend. So, I appreciate all you guys for coming, hanging out. I really do. You guys are awesome. And I don't have a video yet for this week. But I'm sure I'll figure something out. So, hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. And until the next live stream, I'll see you then. So take care. Bye-bye. And now I got to figure out how to turn this thing off like I do every time.